What's up, superstars? Back with another video. You got Superstar Rob, and you got Superstar Nation. How you guys doing? Okay, well, guys, if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the Superstar fam, and hit the bell notification button so you get every single video, every single day. We keep it coming. We have not stopped. Superstar VIPs, $2.99 a month. Thank you to all our supporters. Get the star beside your name. Get access to our spreadsheets, our tools, buys and sells, and our giveaways. Thank you all so much for our VIPs who support us. You can reach out to us anytime on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. And then we have our hidden Discord in the description below. If you want to join the conversation with some other superstars, we have great discussions in the Discord. It's a really, really great Discord, a lot of idea sharing. So make sure you check it out if you haven't already. Here are our VIPs. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. We are always humbled by the amazing support of our VIPs. You guys just go above and beyond supporting us, so we couldn't be happier that we have the great community behind us. So starting off with our Twitter news, Sunday Buckets just sitting there waiting for me at Superstar Money Market. Juju exists too. So the 1965 Amazing Spider-Man, he's very happy. Sunday Buckets is very, very happy with that purchase. And yeah, I guess you're right. Sometimes if you're in the marketplace and you see somebody maybe list a collectible that you really want for way too low by accident, maybe they're one decimal over, or you find the perfect year, maybe the person who owned it didn't understand fully the special mint number that they had, that for sure should be considered some juju, no doubt about it. Hodl Fandom did a really great video. Make sure you check it out. He says we dig into the truth on Veve's marketing, both good and bad. Plus shocking results when we compare Veve's competition using a marketing firm's metrics. So he actually has some data that he wants to show off. I think it's a very interesting video, and if you haven't already, make sure you check it out and support Hodl Fandom. Alex and Crypto. Alex Crypto, he has jokes, Alex and Crypto. He's funny. He says, I fixed it for y'all. No more of those pesky mosquitoes. So if you take a look here. Oh, man. Alex and Crypto. This is incredible. This is just hilarious. Really, really good job. Very, very funny. Alex and Crypto. He's in our Discord talking all the time. So very creative. And thanks for sharing that. David Yu started going off. It says here from IGN, a new live-action Street Fighter film is in development at Legendary Entertainment. And then you have him here with fires, the stop and the blow. Obviously, that's a fighting move, and maybe he's alluding to potential future animation that we're going to see with the Street Fighters. Obviously, for him to be doing this, you know the Street Fighters are coming. I think I vaguely remember that being already confirmed. But based on what he's showing in terms of the actual fire, hands out, fire, and blow, it's probably going to be a specific fight move in the animation. And that kind of leads into the gamification aspect of it. You know, we know that these collectibles in the Veveverse, they're going to be able to do something. Gamification is probably one of the most important things in terms of bringing utility and actually gaining some kind of value to them. So if it has some of these fighting moves, maybe you can have fighting competitions or whatnot. They did schedule, and we know how it goes with Veve, but they did schedule end of the year. Maybe we'll see some gamification. So if that does come to the Veveverse, which still isn't here, but they are saying that it should be here by end of next week. And I don't want anyone ridiculing me in the comments below. We do know their track record, but with that being said, this is the current guidance from them. Maybe we'll start seeing some kind of functionality that we can use. Jack Dodd 95. I mean, he has a very, very good juju. He said, rare for me today. Juju, I want more. Aha, Veve fam. What did you have today? I actually missed it. I was working. I didn't see it. But congratulations to all those who got the juju today. You have Veve tattoo artist. Mr. Arcade, he says, thank you for this grail. And then he said, here's the juju number 229. Incredible, 229. Greg McClure says, as close as I'm getting to a 3-digit this week, and he's showing that he got 1,002. So that's pretty cool. People are very excited about the Iron Man, FA Iron Man comic. Omi Daily Burn, keeping us all up to date. He has here the 155 Mickeys have been converted, 106 Donald posters, 128 minis, and 152 Dumbles. Single-digit improvements. So it's still extremely scarce. And that's something to consider. I mean, scarcity, whether it matters or not in the future, could be debated. But that is for sure something that, sorry about that, we're going to watch that video. That is for sure something to keep an eye on, because if you're into some Disney products, some Disney NFTs, these are probably some of the most scarce ones on the app, especially if it stays this way. I want to play this video. This was hilarious. Ecomi, He killed me with this video. Take a listen.
Here at Veve, we have Lambos. We have Rambos. We have... That doesn't even rhyme with Rambo. I can't read this. I can't. Who's even writing this stuff? I can't.
It was at this moment Fro knew he messed up. Wasted.
Great job, Fro ecomi. That was amazing. Great job. Can't wait for your next one. And then we got thank you, put in cheeks, and show your appreciation in the comments below. So Joe retweeted that. I'm not sure. That was 6 minutes ago. That's just happening live. So I guess this is just a general thank you, put in cheeks. And if you like them below, make sure you say thank you for creating and inventing Omi, right? Creating and inventing Omi, put in cheeks. I mean, Joe's just off the hook right now. I should tell him just come in the video at this point. Now he says, wonder if they could just buy these 3D assets on Sketchfab. This is $60. So this is related to the Tarzan, right? We got the Tarzan coming up. So I guess this is something where you have 3D Tarzans that already exist, and maybe you can take them and reuse them. But I mean, I don't know. Is it just because it's a 3D assets? I don't know Sketchfab, okay? But is it AR compatible? Does it can do all these fun things? And Veve, and do you have the digital ownership, although not necessarily our ownership, but still it is still technically an NFT because it does have the unique number associated to each one. So keep that in mind. We have the Iron Man. I hope you guys all got it today. I couldn't go for it. Pilly dropped. If you're into Pilly, it's not really for me. It's very, very niche. David Yu's really big into it. This is where the chill pill came in. He was doing pills all over Twitter. I didn't go for it. I don't know if you did below. Let me know if you did go for it and why. Just not my niche. So this is probably the big news of today. We got Tarzan coming. Now there was some mixed reviews on this. One of the funniest ones is that it kind of looks like Reese. I guess maybe it's the long hair, a little bit of the facial structure. They might have taken a photo of Reese and then try to model it, but very cool Tarzan collectible. And I mean, some people are not very happy with the facial structure. We get this a lot. We get this a lot with some collectibles where the face isn't quite the quality that we would expect it to be. I still think it's a pretty good collectible. It's Tarzan at the end of the day. I mean, they have obviously the sculpted structure of a Tarzan who has done nothing but just literally just like exercise and gain muscle mass from just doing all that kind of exercise every single day, right? So been a while since I've seen the Tarzan movie. But if you're into Tarzan, it's coming up, and you can get this drop. It says here it is on Friday, April the 7th. So I probably won't go for it, but if you are, let me know below, and then we'll do a price prediction video on it when the time comes. And then a closer look at this one here. This was posted 1 hour ago. It says here it's the Uncle Scrooge Adventures from the What a Lot of Jargon. So if you're into this stuff, especially the Disney comics, that's a drop that's coming up. I think that's tomorrow, April 5th. Yeah, it says here Wednesday, the 5th of April, 8 a.m. Pacific. So, all right, now into the main video topic. I was thinking, okay, let's just say, for example, right now we're in a bear market. Let's just assume a true bull run never really comes, and you have to wait. I already think you have to wait years, but let's say you have to wait really, really long, like a true collector, and you got to hold on to these things for an extremely long period of time before anybody even recognizes the value of them. So what are the collectibles and the NFTs that are on Veve right now that will hold their historical relevance? And I don't think it's all of them. I think that there's a very, very narrow amount of collectibles that if you want to be conservative, you're going to have to pay a premium for this because you're being conservative. But if you want to be conservative for the very, very long run, assuming everything does go to zero, there's certain collectibles that inevitably will be highly sought after mainly because the whales will always pay for them. And I think that's the key thing. When you think really, really long term, we have all these whales on Veve right now, and we have all these potential whales that may come in the future. And the question is, what are the ones that they're going to want? Are they going to want everything? I'm not convinced they're going to want everything. They may not care or be interested in MCP or the gamification aspect of the app in terms of being competitive on the leaderboards, as Veve has said, is the most closest form of gamification that we're going to get. And we also know that there's going to be lots of new collectibles in the future. And these new collectibles may outcompete some of the old collectibles that we currently right now see as very valuable. So which ones can actually survive the test of time when fancy new collectibles, animated, gamified, Veveverse utility, you name it, whatever the future may hold, which ones, if they stay as they are right now, can hold its value for the future? So it's actually a very simple list when you think about it, okay? So for somebody who's maybe getting new to Veve and you have the cash, these would for sure be the ones that are like the must-owns. But if you're on Veve right now and you want to maybe roll up and maybe you have lots of collectibles and you want to sell them off and roll up to only specific collectibles, I think these are the ones that are going to survive the test of time. So you have the Todd. It is universally accepted as the first DC NFT. It is definitely the first one on Veve. It is extremely sought after. It currently is trading at 1,100 gems, and there's 7,500 of them. I think that even though there's some debate about GoChain, on GoChain, was it ever on GoChain? No one ever really saw the information because of all that. Some people doubted this, but there was some back and forth that happened. I think it was like November of last year. You had the Palm guys involved, and you had the Veve guys involved, and I think the general consensus is that Todd is the king. Okay, so if you're looking for historical value, here's the Todd. It was the first one that came out on Veve. You are able to get a piece of history buying this one. And I believe that as time goes on, the Todd will continue to hold its value. It's actually done pretty well holding the 1,000 mark. It's held the 1,000 mark for quite a while. I think I saw it as low as 800 at one point. As the bear market deepens, we may see a further drop in a lot of our prices. But considering how long it's actually hovered at around 1,000, I think it's done pretty well. So it says here right now, according to this, the floor is 1,100. I haven't gone on the app to actually check myself because sometimes it's delayed data. But from when I have checked it, that's about right. Around the 1,000 mark's about right. And there's no telling how much lower it can go. If you're trying to time the market, I mean, right now, the macros don't look good. The app still has a lot going for it. It doesn't mean that you have to go and buy this right now, but it's definitely something to keep on the watch list if you are planning to purchase an NFT from Veve that you want to hold for the long term. And I believe whales, when they come into the app, they will want this one. Next is the partner statue. Again, it's obvious for those who have been on Veve for a long time, but it may not be as obvious for people coming in. The partner statue is the first Disney one in terms of, the first Walt and Mickey. It's F.A. Walt and Mickey. It's the iconic statue that you see in the Disney parks. This one here is the first golden moment, and I think that it's going to be inevitable that the golden moment brand, the entire golden moment brand, will do well long term. People are speculating utility that may come from this, but I'm not entirely sure that utility will come. I have to double check. I can't remember if it was the Bart and Simpson that came out first as the first golden moment. Let me know below. I'm a little bit foggy now. It says November 12th, and I think that the Bart Simpson was the first golden moment that came out. But with that being said, it is the first. It's considered the F.A. Mickey and the F.A. Walt, which are obviously the two most iconic characters in Disney. So this is another one. It's extremely well respected in the community. Says here the floor is 3,800. I don't really remember it being that high. I remember it hovering around 3,000. So I guess it's doing pretty good if it's at 3,800 now as the floor. But again, as time goes on, this thing may continue to drop. So it doesn't mean you have to rush to go buy it. But it would be a must-have if you're looking to have a very narrow collection of only the best things to come that can survive the test of time and hold some kind of worth in the future. This is not financial advice. I don't know what that worth will be, but relative to its peers and relative to other NFTs on the app, these are the collectibles that are going to be able to do the best. Then you have obviously the Spider-Man series. This is the Secret Rare Spider-Man, which is the best one. There was only 1,000 of them. And this was the first Marvel. I think it came out in August of 2021. So this one here, August 7th, it came out. August 7th, 2021. This one here, if you open up the app, it used to have the common, or is it the uncommon Spider-Man that's crouched over. This will continue to be highly sought after just because of its historical relevance. It was one of the first Marvel. It was one of the first Marvel characters on the app, and it was the first Spider-Man. Spider-Man's like the most popular character on Marvel, so you can't go wrong with the Spider-Man. If you have to own one, this is a must-own and should do very, very well long-term based on its historical relevance. We can't forget about the comics. There's a lot of great Grail comics, but I just picked the best two for me personally. Amazing Fantasy 15 is a must-own on the app. It is considered a Grail comic in the physical world. You're going to want to have this as well. I think it's the first appearance of Spider-Man. Buy Amazing Fantasy 15 in real life is impossible. It's like insane amount of money. It was like $1 million, something like that. But the secret rare right now is here for 9,400, which is, pretty good. But came down from when it first came out. I think it was like 20 grand at one point. You can even get the common. I mean, that's why I say the whole series. You don't have to get the secret rare. The common here is trading for 315. So that's a pretty good price, considering how expensive it is in the physical world. And you get to actually have that NFT version of it on your Veve account. So that's another, I think, long in history will hold the test of time. And the last one's Marvel Comics. You can't forget this, okay? Marvel Comics is like the first ever Marvel. You can't even get it in the physical world. I think there's like 100 known physical copies left, and the rest have been destroyed. It's another one that's just like it's just a myth. Like, you're not going to get your hands on one of these, but you can get your hands on one of these on Veve, and I think that's what makes it so unique in the sense that you can actually go and read, but most importantly, you can have an NFT. There's actual digital ownership associated with this collectible, with this comic book. Now, that ownership is in the form of use through the Veve app, but it is assigned to your username. So you actually have a step up from just going on like Marvel Unlimited or whatever it's called and just renting it for, if you spend $10 a month and you can read the comic. It's not quite the same, because the moment you stop paying your subscription, you're not going to have access to it anymore. At least to the comic books in Veve, you're going to have some higher level of ownership. I'll call it like a tier C ownership, where it's on your username, it's on your user account. And as long as Veve continues to exist, you have the rights to that. So one more thing, that's my top 5. I'm going to leave it at that. But there's one that missed that I want to talk about. It is insane. And there's only 250 of these. It's Spider-Man Miles Morales. There's only 250 of these, and there's only 17 listed. And according to Ecomi Wiki, 0 have sold over the last 4 months. Okay, now I don't know if this is up to date. I should talk to Omi the Clown. But according to this, 0 have sold in the last 4 months. I don't even know if that's true. But it's so scarce, I wouldn't be surprised. And it's so expensive, 9,300 gems. Really, the scarcity in combination with the hype that it's Miles Morales have really brought this to a whole new level. Probably what's happened at this point is you probably had some whale sweeping, because it's holding an insane price at 9,300. I don't know how this continues to hold this price. I look at this and I think it's overvalued. I just think that it's so scarce, and sometimes being too scarce is not a good thing, because we don't know what is going to happen, what kind of, at this point, near-term utility we'll get in the Veveverse. They're going to want to try to give utility to maybe the Spider-Man first series rather than the Miles Morales with only 250 of them. I know that Miles Morales is considered the new Spider-Man of this generation, so people are speculating, saying he's going to be the new Spider-Man that everyone knows. He's going to be the new king in the future, and then 20 years from now, the kids of today are going to grow up and they're going to want to spend money on this one. I'm just not as convinced that this is going to be better than the iconic Spider-Man. So Miles Morales is not necessarily, in my opinion, the collectible to survive the test of time, because the other Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man, was historically relevant on Veve in the sense it was the first Marvel. So it has that benefit. Whereas Miles Morales came later down the line. He's very scarce. It is an FA Miles Morales, but I'm not sure in the very, very long run, when more Miles Morales NFTs come to exist, when more utilities come to exist, I'm not sure if this one here is going to be as valuable as the original Spider-Man. So I'm going off a lot of memory here, guys. This is just like being a year and a half on Veve, top of my head for today's video. I'm like, okay, let's just assume Doomsday, and I have to own my top 5. What are the ones that are going to survive? And to me, it became very obvious that these 5 were the only must-owns. I don't think you need anything else beyond that, even though there's so many other collectibles on the app. I'd be curious to know your thoughts below. Let me know below your thoughts. What are your top 5? Do you agree with all my top 5 as the ones that will survive in the very, very long run and will actually continue to be meaningful? Or do you think that you have different lists that you would like to actually suggest? And if you are, let me know below which ones I missed or which ones you don't agree with. Or again, I spoke off the top of my head. So if there's anything that I said that you think needs to be corrected, let me know below. Like I said, I vaguely remember that I think it was Barton Simpson that was the first golden moment. I can't remember. So let me know below. Help me out. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the superstar family, hit the bell notification button to get every single video every single day. We keep it coming every single day. Also, Superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Get the star beside your name, get access to our spreadsheets, get access to our giveaways. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.